Hi, thanks for joining us. So we're just going to go through some lovely stretches and exercises to do before going out for a run. So a lovely running warm up. Running is quite an intense activity, so it's really important to warm up properly before you go out for your run, just to make sure we prevent as much as possible any injuries occurring. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring those heels apart and those toes apart. So our feet are that hip width distance, and we're just going to start by warming up through our calves and our feet. So we're going to come up onto those toes and then lower down. And again, so coming up onto your toes and then lower down. So just lifting up through your toes and lowering. Good, so we're just warming up through those calves, which we work pretty hard when we're running, and also through our toes. So we're pushing up and back down. Good. And let's do one more here and up. Okay, and then we're just going to go back into those toes, going to stretch and do a little bit of toe walking. So we're going to push each side, just stretching through, particularly those big toes, which really work hard pushing us off when we're running. So just giving them a little bit of a warm up, stretching through that big toe. Lovely. Pelvis still staying nice and steady. Again, we want to keep that control, particularly when we're running. We don't want to lose any of that energy by not controlling what's happening at the pelvis, making our running a lot more efficient. So just warming up a few more times here. Good, well done. And let's just add in our opposite arm, so that way, and then opposite arm, that's so good. So just get a little bit of a swing, normal swinging action, what we do in running. Good. And let's do a few more here, just running those arms and those shoulders nice and relaxed. And then one more each side. And then we're going to come back down. Good, just relax those shoulders. Okay, so those feet we're going to bring a little bit wider, so just another foot and heel width distance apart, okay? So just a tad wider than those hips. Hands up onto your pelvis, and we're going to just warm our thighs up into a squat. So we're just going to sit back and then come back up. Good. So as you're coming down, make sure those knees are going forwards over the toes, and that bottom is sticking out behind you as if you're going back onto a chair. So nice and controlled. Good. So just coming down and then back up. Lovely. If you can, let's bring those hands in front, and we're just going as low as you feel comfortable. Okay, the lower you go, the harder it is. But just go to where you've got that control with those knees still going forward with you. Okay, they shouldn't be knocking in or pushing out. Lovely. And again. Good. And let's do one more here. And then back up. Great. Okay, so we're just going to stretch out and bring one knee in standing towards your chest, just to stretch out through those hips and those legs. So just breathe in and out here. As you breathe out, just relax down. No tension through that neck or shoulders, just flexing through the hip and then back down. And we'll do the same the other side, so just that knee hug. Bring the knee up towards your chest. Again, breathing in and out here. And as you breathe out, just relaxing down. Again, no tension in those neck or shoulders. Good, and then coming back down. Okay, so we're going to practice standing on one leg. Again, really important to get that stability around the pelvis when you're running. So the leg you're standing on, that knee should be nice and soft. I'm just going to stand on the one leg. Good, keeping that control here. That body's nice and long and lifted. Again, when you're running, you want to keep that posture to keep the control. So if you can, we're going to challenge those muscles we just warmed up a little bit more and do some little dips. So let's see if we can do 8 dips here. So we're going to do 8, knee going forwards, 7, good, 6, lovely, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more, 1, and relax back down. Very good. Okay, we'll do the same on the other side. So coming onto this leg, just thinking about that balance to start with, that core gently lifted, those pelvis is nice and steady, keeping that lengthening through. And we're going to do the same 8 little dips here. So we're going to do 8, good, 7, 6, lovely, 4, I missed out 5 then, 3, good, 2, and 1, and then coming back up and relax back down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to work those bottom muscles a little bit harder and do a standing clam exercise. So the leg you're standing on, not locked back at the knee, nice and soft. We're going to put the opposite foot around the back of the thigh here, and then we're going to open out through those hips. So we're opening out through, the leg you're standing on is working quite hard just to balance you there, and then we're rotating, keeping those hip bones pointing forwards though, and I'm keeping that pelvis nice and steady, nice and control. Good. So opening out through that hip, rotating round. Lovely. Let's just do 5 more here. So we go 5, 4, good. 3, 2, and one more. 1, and then relax that leg down. Very good. Okay, the same with the other side. So that leg you're standing on is working hard to stabilise you, not locked back at the knee. We're going to place the opposite foot behind that thigh, and again opening out through the hip, keeping those hip bones pointing forwards as you're rotating round. Okay, so make sure the hip bones are pointing forwards, that pelvis is nice and steady, and we're just working these glutes a little bit. Again, really important muscles when we're running to help stabilise around the pelvis, help give us that power when we're running. So it's really important that we have that strength there. If you feel you need to strengthen your glutes a little bit more, you can see our video on glute strengthening for runners. Okay, let's do 5 more here. 5, good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then relaxing those legs back down. Very good. And relax from there. Okay, let's stretch out those glutes. So we're going to put that one foot onto that opposite knee here. And then we're just going to squat down a little bit and lean forwards, just feeling that stretch through that bottom, okay? And just relaxing there. You can just relax the hand on the knee there slightly. Just breathe in now. As you breathe out, if you can, sink down a little bit further. Really lovely stretch through those glutes. And again, breath in and out. Stretching down a little bit, and again one more breath in and out, relaxing down. Good. We're going to relax that leg and do the same on the other side. So opposite foot onto the other knee, allow the leg just to come down, relax at that, opening out that hip, drop down if you can, lean forwards just to feel that stretch through those glutes there. Hand onto the knee, and we're just going to see if you can relax down into that stretch. Again, breathing in and out here. As you breathe out, just relaxing down, really feeling that lovely stretch into those glute muscles. Good. And again, breath in and out, relaxing here. Good. One more breath in and out, reaching down. Good. So just go to where you feel that stretch when you're doing it. Lovely. And relax back. Okay, I'm going to come to the end of my mat, and we're just going to do a few roll downs just to get our backs moving and also just stretch our hamstrings a little bit. So we're going to cross our feet over for this, just to stretch the hamstrings a little bit. And we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end here. As you breathe out, see if you can sink down a little bit further into that stretch. And again, breath in and out. And then breath in again. As we breathe out, we're going to slowly come back up into standing. Good. We're going to cross our legs around the opposite way. So just depending on which one you had over first. And we're going to take a breath in again. As we breathe out, we're going to peel that chin down to your chest, rolling through that spine, coming down towards the floor. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, just see if you can sink down a little bit further. And again. And out. And one more here. And dropping down. And then we breath in again. And as we breathe out, slowly coming up into standing. Good. So a nice stretch through our hamstrings. Bring those feet back to that hip width distance apart. We're going to roll down now onto our hands. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that chin down, we're rolling our hands slowly again, bending through that spine, coming down towards the floor. Just soften those knees, so bend them slightly. And we're going to walk our hands forward into that kind of downward dog position. And we're going to stretch out our calves. So we're just going to drop one heel down to the floor, and then we're going to switch. So this kind of running action, but we're just dropping that heel down, a really nice stretch through the calf. So alternating sides here as you're stretching down. Good. And again. Just alternating sides. Lovely stretch through those calves. Any tightness there before we go for our run. So dropping down. Lovely. Let's do last few here. Each side. Good. And one more each side here. And then we'll just come back to that start. We're going to drop those knees down. If you can, we're going to keep those toes curled up like this, just to stretch them a little bit. And we're going to drop down into a child pose stretch. So we can just drop them here, keeping those toes flexed under, just to really give them a stretch as well. Like we talked about earlier, they're really used a lot when we're running. So just dropping down. If that feels uncomfortable, you can flatten your toes down and then come down a little bit further. It's up to you. Feel what's comfortable. Just relaxing here, breath in and out. As we breathe out, just stretching. Again, feeling a little bit of a nice stretch through that upper body as well. And then we're going to slowly come back up. Good. Keeping those toes tucked under. We're going to roll back up nice and slowly into a standing position from here. And relax those shoulders down. Great. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warmed up and energized, ready for your run. For more Pilates, you can subscribe to our channel, or you can join us for our live Pilates classes on our website at www.pilateslive.co.uk.